Hello and welcome back to the ministry, and we're on part 6. Remember, as I've told you in each and every single part, except for maybe the last one, that this is not for everybody. Seek the Lord to find out if it's for you. Be led by the Spirit that the Lord show you. If it's your word, come into alignment and agreement. Let it be so and let it not be otherwise. But if it is not for you, renounce, denounce, come out of alignment, come out of agreement, repent, and uproot the entire word from your life. But now that all hearts and minds are clear, let's commence. So, he has invited her to the spring formal. They come in. She got her camera guy. She says, "Hey, you got the night off." He's like, "Cool, all right, I'm out." He leaves. His best friend, who is the guidance counselor, she's fielding the way. She's like, "Hey, no cameras." So she's taking all the students' phones and putting it in a box. It's like, "Give me all your phones because we don't want video footage leaking from this event." And then as soon as they get into the center of the room, one of the other teachers who's a super fan of hers done taught 20 of the students to sing this one of her songs, "MarryMe," back to her. She's like, "Oh, that's so cute." Some of y'all, because of the knownness of your God-ordained spouse, there are going to be people that are going to be clamoring for their attention and trying to do things. Whether it be family members, whether it be things that you got a family event, so on and so forth. You're going to invite them and they're going to be clamoring for attention. Maybe I can understand these are things that are going to happen. The other thing that you're going to have to come to grips with, it may not even be the ex that comes into their life, but it's going to be fans of theirs. It's going to be people. There are people that are financiers that got fans. I was listening to a finance person. He's a finance guy. But he got money. And because he got money, he literally said that he went to a business event, lie to you not, that a woman walked up to him with double D breasts and pulled down her blouse to show him both her boobs at a business event. Some of y'all's husbands is fine, and these women are going to have no respect. I've been looking at lately little clips of Paulette, Denzel Washington's wife, talking about how women will disrespectfully walk up to her and him and say certain things to him and completely ignore you. This may actually happen. My thing is this. You can tell your God-ordained spouse, but some of it should be common sense, that they should respectfully have the understanding, this is my spouse that's standing next to me. But they also have to come to the understanding that, yeah, that is their job, but they need to respectfully diffuse the situation, because some of these people have Jezebelic spirits on them and they will outrightly be in your face and disrespect you. And some of y'all got that lion spirit, like I got that lion spirit. And because I got that lion spirit, I be wanting to say something. But you got to let them speak. You got to let your God-ordained spouse speak, because the God-ordained spouse can shut the situation down. They will respectfully say what they have to say to that person. But if they see, and you have to trust that your God-ordained spouse has discernment as well, that they can see when a person is trying to disrespect you, and they'll shut them down, where somebody else that they know isn't trying to disrespect you, they'll spend more time talking to that person. You understand? But you have to allow your spouse to be that one that is the one that's going to deflect that situation. Because they'll know. But they can't feel intimidated by you and be you sitting up there giving them the stare of death because they're interacting with another female. Or if it's a female, they're interacting with another male. You know the position that they're in. Respect their position, and they will respect yours. So she ends up, they're enjoying chaperoning the teenagers. Everybody's taking photos. Her and him take a photo together at the photo booth. And then she looks at the stage and he says, "What's on your mind?" She says, "I'm going to do a private." And she goes and jumps up on the stage. Everybody starts screaming and hollering. And she does a song from when she was a child. But if you listen to the song, it kind of expresses where her heart is in relation to the situation in which she's in, but you got to be paying attention. There are going to be elements and things that if you're paying attention to your God ordained spouse, they're going to show you where their heart is. If they're speaking highly of you, you know their heart is belonging to you. If they're speaking in an element where you know that they just came out of something, let them grieve it. Meaning they may still be grieving it. If they're singing or listening to a song and what have you, let them know you're there, but understand they're there for you. They're there with you. If they weren't there with you, they would not be there with you. You understand what I'm saying? So, they end up walking back to his apartment and her security is tailing them in a vehicle behind while they're walking back. And he's talking about music and Camelot's concerto or something like that. And he puts it on when they get back to the apartment and then they end up dancing. And he's like, "Oh, this is so depressing." She's like, "I love it." You're going to introduce this person to things that they didn't see before. Things that you love are going to become things that they love. And things that you look at as, "Oh, it's probably nothing you." They're like, "No, I like that." Understand that. Because they're discovering you and they're enjoying being in that space of newness. Don't reject that. Allow them to have those moments and enjoy those moments as well. I was listening to Deani Levs last night. A lot of us, because it has taken so long for our God ordained spouses to show up in our lives, we have become disgruntled and a little bit, passive aggressive as it is towards the promise of these things coming to pass in our lives. And because of that, we have purposely chosen to go numb towards anything in relation to kingdom marriage, anything in relation to kingdom spouse. We may speak about it, we may watch the videos on it, but we listen to it for encouragement, but we're no longer hearing it. We may speak it for encouragement for others, but we're no longer feeling it. And Deani was saying, stop. A lot of you, the blessing is coming and you're not allowing yourself to feel. Sometimes God is trying to pull you aside and say, your God ordained spouse is feeling something. That thing that you're feeling where you're feeling depression or near tears or wanting to cry or uncomfortable, that's because they are. Allow yourself to feel that emotion too. Some of us have learned to be hard because that's the only way that we've been able to make it through all of this that we've had to go through for all of this time. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to see. Allow yourself to have those moments. Allow yourself to share those moments when this person comes into your life. Because they need to feel it and see it. Because they need to know that you're there and you're interested just as much as they are. So they end up having their intimate night together. Some of y'all, your wedding night's going to be your intimate night. And biblically it should be. You're going to have to really choose in this moment. Because if the Lord The Lord may allow you to take a few days to get yourself together, to get to the point where y'all have sex with each other. But some of y'all, because you're getting married, I'm going to get into the whole sex thing in the next video. Once we get past this MarryMe. I got a whole word on sex that I've been avoiding going into, but I think now's time for it. So some of you, they may have enough respect that they may marry you and may be like, look, I know that we have to adjust into this and you're not first to jump into it. They may give you a little bit of time before y'all have sex because they want you both to be in the same headspace. You both to have that intimacy together. You both. And the Lord will protect y'all in that moment. But the Lord will give that to you. And for some of you, what he will do is the closer you get to your wedding night, he's going to start to remove the desire to be abstinent from you, meaning you're going to start to feel the sexual desires coming back. And when you come into contact with your spouse, you're going to feel the sexual desires coming back. So the time it takes y'all to get to know each other and get that in alignment, because it may be a couple of days before you get married once you become into contact with one another. In that few days, God's going to lift that sexual desire veil so that y'all can want to have sex with each other the night that y'all get married. Because there's some babies that need to be born. So he's going to need y'all to get to that. Because remember, even Isaac, when Isaac and Rebekah got together, he took her into the mother's tent and they consummated their marriage. God will bring the desire upon you. So here's the next morning, and she's literally rearranging her schedule for him. I need you to rearrange my schedule and clear it off and all of this kind of stuff because I'm not doing anything today. Because she's like, I'm staying with him. She's like, I'm over here. And some of y'all, that's the way that you go, their spouse gonna be. You gonna... Esther's way used to put it this way. Esther had that thing, and because Esther had that thing, when she put it on him, he was like, okay, I'm here with you. Brandy used to have a song. Remember the old song by her, Chris Brown? If you put it down right, the way I want it, we about to fall in love. Some of y'all gonna put that thing down and it's gonna be like, okay, it's done. Okay, so she challenges him. You're going to challenge your spouse, male, female, whoever it is. You're going to be able to challenge your spouse, to stretch them, to do things, to experience things, to change the way they operate their businesses, to question certain things that are going on in their business, the things that you're going to have the ability to speak into their ear about. Don't be Eve. Eve tricked Adam into eating the apple because she had the ability to get Adam's ear. And Adam listened to her and he ate the apple. Don't be Eve. You have his ear. Use that ability wisely. You have their ear. Use that position wisely. Use it wisely. Get wisdom from the Lord on how you speak to your spouse, because you will challenge them. But you need to know that what you're challenging them to and in is in alignment with what God is desiring to take them, and not because you have the ability to have control. That's what the counterfeit did. The counterfeit used their ability to have control of their ear to manipulate them to get what they wanted. You are using your voice to have the ability to lead them in the righteousness of the Lord to make the changes in their life that's necessary for God's will, God's desires, God's way to be done in their life. You understand what I'm saying? So they're going to may even change business ideas. They may adjust certain things because you're there. They may adjust schedules. They may pull out of doing things because of you. Know that you have the favor of this person and use it with wisdom. They may invite you to events, so on and so forth. Use wisdom.